and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook so you could take notes on important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed. On behalf of the team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. My friends, it's Thursday, the 27th of August, 2026. Let me gently remind you, today is a day and time we will never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. Don't waste your time, don't procrastinate, do something productive and constructive with your day and time. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special, reminding you that tomorrow is not promised. So don't take your loved ones for granted, don't take time for granted, all right? Nathaniel, can we quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo and India in Style, now located opposite the Center of Excellence. So there are two locations for you to take advantage of. Let's quickly go to our quote. It's your life. You don't need someone's permission to live the life you want. Be brave to live from your heart. And let me read this again, because time is precious and our lives are simply important. It is your life, and you don't need someone's permission to live the life you want. Be brave to live from your heart. Yes, thank you for that, Nathaniel. And of course, that came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo, India in Style. Let's go to the ad.
Makoya, discover the all-new India in Style Expo, the exciting new chapter following Incredible India Expo. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. opposite the Center of Excellence. Shop beautiful bridal and temple wear, jewelry, footwear, home furnishings, decor, puja items and much more. Try some of the delicious items at Zyka Restaurant and enjoy refreshing drinks from AK Juice Center. India in Style Expo, a complete Indian shopping and lifestyle experience.
Fab India Expo in Chaguanas is open every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fresh containers have arrived with brand new stocks. Exciting new merchants have joined us, bringing a huge variety of products at unbeatable bargains. Indulgent spa services, soothing chumpy massages, and taste authentic Indian cuisine. Fab India Expo, endless variety, endless value.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional, international viewers, all those of you on Tego, the app, those of you in Canada on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, thank you so much for choosing us. And of course, a gentle reminder, if you don't have the app Tego, it's absolutely free. You can download it on any of your devices. Look at Real TV, real time, anytime, and be part of our dynamic, informative programming. And when I say informative, there is always something you can learn from every show here on Real TV, all right? Today, by popular demand, he's back, Mr. Chanka Ramdahal, Social Welfare Advisor. He's been part of the system for many years. He served this land, and of course, knowledge and experience combined together gives way for a great teacher. So we always learn from him, especially when it comes to the grants that are needed, the social welfare grants. Mr. Ramtahal, good morning, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning to you, Zal, and to the viewing public. And it's my pleasure to be here to share whatever information I have to the benefit of our population.
Well, we are always very grateful when you're here because you always impart your knowledge, and especially when it comes to the grants. And, you know, there are people who genuinely need those grants.
Of
More
course,
so,
of course.
school will be reopening very soon, and there are people who are still struggling, people who are still wondering where they're going to get the money from to send their children back out to school. I mean, we have children now leaving primary school and entering the secondary school and things like that. And of course, you have to ensure that you have all their supplies and uniforms and school books and things like that to send them back out. And education is extremely important.
Zal, well, I'm here back after a few weeks, but I'm happy to be here because I am disappointed at what is happening in the social welfare department.
Okay.
And I say that hoping that it would be heard by the important persons so that things could improve.
Yeah.
People are waiting 9 months, 12 months for pension. When you are in need, 1 day is a very long time, and we have to be cognizant of that.
Yeah.
New officers were brought on and they were not properly oriented. I think they were spoken to for a half day or something and then sent out to the various offices, right? And some of the supervisors are young officers as well. You know, they are not as competent, you know, as they're supposed to be because there were some who retired.
Yeah.
And you had replacement. And enough was not done with the new officers so that the system would be smooth sailing.
Now, Mr. Ramzan, when I say you've been part of the system, you've served this land for many years, how many years were you employed at the social welfare?
Zal, my first job was in the court.
Yeah.
I spent 2 years in the court. So at 18, that I was 20, then I entered the social welfare department.
20.
And I worked in every office except Superior. You know, you start at the lower offices,
Right.
and as you gain experience and knowledge and then they move you up. I worked in every office in Trinidad except
The
Superior.
reason I ask you that question, sir, it's because I wanted to establish with our viewers how many years you served, so you know exactly what is happening. And when it comes to transparency, what it takes. You also went to Malta on a scholarship. So
Yes.
you're no fly-by-night, and you would have done many other, courses during the years that the government would have sent you for and things like that. And the reason I'm sharing this information with our viewers is to establish, and so that you'll understand, Mr. Ramtahal is no fly-by-night. He invested years of his life to serving the citizens of this land, especially when it came to social welfare and grants and things like that. So he's been there, he understands, he's trained and certified. So when he's talking to us about certain things, it is because he has the knowledge and the authority to talk about it. Now we understand and we establish, Mr. Ramtahal, as you were indicating, that a lot of changes were taking place, a lot of people were hired into new positions and things like that, which we're happy for because we want people to be employed so they could pay their bills and they could live life and they don't have to be stressed. However, what you are saying to us this morning is that a lot of those people who were given the opportunity to work simply square pegs in round holes. So it seems to me that history is repeating itself, that they have not placed or perhaps trained these people properly into making sure that they're competent and they understand, they have that level of knowledge how to execute and how to get those grants. which says that perhaps not enough training has been put in place.
Zal, and I could offer my knowledge free of charge
Well, you do that here.
to our new recruits, because in 1994 I was granted a scholarship under the PNM government to complete my degree at UWE St. Augustine.
Very nice.
And I completed my degree with the upper second class honors.
Now, let me also tell you, he has 3 children.
Yes.
3 children.
Yeah.
2 of them are doctors.
In England.
Gainfully employed, living in London, practicing in London. And he also has a daughter who's a lawyer. The reason I'm saying that is because he didn't just educate himself, he educated his children as well. And it is important that we understand and establish that. You're no fly-by-night. You come with a lot of authority and a lot of strength of the years that you've invested your life into serving this land. So you understand very well what it takes in terms of transparency and accountability and ensuring that the citizens get what is deserving, right? Now, we all established the social welfare is something that you don't contribute towards.
That's right.
It is something based on the criteria of your what is affordable for you, what is not, whether you're working, you're not working, you're a widow, your health is compromised, things like that, and that's why we have the old age pension and many other grants that are available that the authorities establish so that we can help those less fortunate so they can live comfortably. I have said to you, Mr. Ramtahal, time after time, that there are families that depend on that check, not just for the individual, but takes care of the entire family. Recently, very recently, in the recent past, I interviewed a gentleman, a single parent, who we saw on Facebook, and he was asking for help because he has 3 children. And he is a single parent. The first child, her health is compromised. So it is difficult for him, because I said to him, sometimes you have to get up and make things happen. You have to go to work and you have to be able to provide. Try, don't give up. But he established and explained that, well, my first child is not well, and it's not like I could have somebody take care of her. He has to take care of her. He also admitted on national television that the check she's getting, the disability check that she is getting, that is a check that's taking care of the entire family. They buy food, pay rent, and they live off of that, other than when he asks people and they give him hampers and food items and things like that. This is how this man is living.
Yes, I know that case well, Zal. I know that case well because I intervene on my own. So, I know that case well. Right? And so with others, we help out the situation, and whatever I could do to refer him to the social welfare department, I did that. And, and I know the case well.
Well, I'm happy that you know the case, and I'm happy that you did refer him, because school is reopening. He has 2 other children that need to go to school.
Two boys.
So in terms of what I would like to establish today, we understand that school is going to be reopened very soon. In terms of those that are reaching the point where they don't know where to go, what to do, because they've got to get supplies, they've got to get uniforms, get their kids back out to school. I want to talk a little bit about the school grants and how they could qualify for such grants. And in order to see how well those new officers will handle the case or deal with the case or get it executed quickly.
Well, exactly, but nothing has been put in place to facilitate that, and new officers have been brought on, and if you don't train them, I became a supervisor very early, and I used to use a Friday afternoon as a training session.
Yeah, of course.
Training is continuous, and where you will ask some of the new officers, any difficulty, what situation have you faced that you couldn't handle properly, and we discuss it among the group, all the officers. So it's not one person you're dealing with the entire staff. And that's how people, I'm thinking. There was a Negro, there was a guy called Cummins, and he told me, he said, Mr. Ramtal, the most I learned in this department was working under you. And that was a big compliment for me.
Yes, yeah.
I used to use a Friday afternoon as a training session for our officers.
You know that you made a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you see, the thing is, we understand that the people that go to get assistance, they are in need. They are desperate, meaning that they really, this is what they depend on to live. This is what they depend on to buy medicine, to buy food, some people to pay their bills, to get health supplies and things like that. And they are dependent on it.
Yes.
And when you have people that are incompetent or they have to wait, it's difficult. How are they going to survive?
And while I was there, Zal, there were a lot of recommendations I made. For example, welfare officers were asked to give grants for renovation of houses and so on. Clearly, I as a man didn't have the knowledge to, how many galvanized I need for here, or how many uprights and different things. So I recommended that it be moved from social welfare because we were not capable of making proper recommendations.
Correct, yeah.
And it was moved to the to self-help, and that solved the problem.
Yeah.
You
see, the thing is, we understand the problems, and we also need to understand their solutions to every
exactly.
problem.
Exactly.
We've got to go to a quick break, Mr. Ramtal. Let's go to these important messages. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV. In conversation today with Mr. Chanka Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's talking to us about grants that are available via the Social Welfare Department that can help us to help ourselves out of the negative situations that we may find ourselves in. All right? Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JNMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no catch. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
Discover a world of adventure as we learn, explore, and grow. Join Razzie, Tazzy, Zero, and Y on exciting adventures filled with fun, imagination, and discovery. Give your little ones stories they'll enjoy while learning valuable lessons along the way. Written by Preem Badri and available now on Amazon.
Are you driven? Hardworking? Ready to take your sales career to the next level? Good Price Wholesalers is hiring. We're looking for an experienced sales representative to join our dynamic team. If you're a great communicator, have proven sales experience, and own a working vehicle, we want to hear from you. Call 388-9884 today or visit us at LP number 5, La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz.
Are you looking for the right space for your business? Fred's Plaza has the space you need. We offer professional rental spaces designed for growing businesses. Conveniently located in San Juan on the Eastern Main Road, opposite the PTSC terminal and between Royal Castle and Mario's. Easy access, high visibility. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 868-384-7142 today or visit Level 3 Fred's Plaza for details.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's here to share his wealth of experience and knowledge with us when it comes to grants from the social welfare. Welcome back, Mr. Ramtal.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
we are aware we established a school will be opening soon. Can you share some information with us regards to how those, for instance, there are many grandparents who've taken the responsibility of their grandchildren, who actually live with them, right? And if they, or for instance, there's a parent that's been in prison,
Yes.
and there's a single parent or a single parent there are many cases and many situations why people will need assistance for grants for their children to go back to school.
Of course.
Could you enlighten us as to what grants are available for those that are in need in order to get some help with school supplies and uniform and things like
Yes.
that?
All right. So I will start with a special child grant.
Okay.
Okay? The requirement, this grant targets children with a severe disorder.
Okay.
It provides assistance to parents who are unable to meet the financial cost of caring for a child with special needs. The grant can be accessed for children under the age of 18 years
Okay.
and is given for a 1-year period, followed by a review to determine continuation. Right? Public assistance thing. A child on whose behalf public assistance grant is paid will not be eligible for this grant. So we must be careful with that. This is a special child, so that and that child can receive $800 per month.
Okay, and that would be from birth to 18.
Yes, from birth
and
to 18.
In terms of special needs children, from birth to 18, you can apply to get a grant and up to $800 a month.
That's right.
Now, I'll tell you something. Some people saying, well, it's $800. Well, I will tell you, $800 is $800. And if you have $800 less, it means you have nothing. So at least if you get 800, it could fill some void and help in some way. Be grateful.
Of course. Yes. Now, we have another grant here for school supplies.
That's what I would like to know.
Right? So the school supplies grant is a maximum of school supplies grant for primary school student is $700.
Right. So for primary school students, you could get up to $700.
$100.
Okay. What do you need now to qualify?
Right.
What is required?
This grant is intended to assist children who attend in primary and secondary schools. What are the requirements? Well, of course, the applicant will be an ID card. That is
right. So the parent or guardian, you need to have
an ID card.
Right.
An estimate from the supplier. So an estimate from the bookstore or wherever.
Oh, so
yes.
you need to go to the bookstore with the book list.
That's right.
And let them give you the costing to fill that book list.
Yes.
Right.
That is to ensure that that the correct grant is paid.
Understood.
Because there's a grant for $700 for primary school students. All right? And there's a grant for $1,000 for secondary school students.
Okay.
So that's why you need to have the proper
to
listing.
establish.
List. Yeah.
So once they are going to primary school, you will be entitled to $700 and secondary school $1,000. So they get a $300 more, which I will understand because books and things like that. Let me tell you something. There are books that are $300 and $400.
Oh yeah. Now, I can tell you that these quotations are I wouldn't say outdated, but it's dated years gone by.
Yeah.
It's dated
It
2 years
hasn't
gone
been
by.
revived. We understand we're under some pressure. We wait for the budget to see what is happening and what is, the changes that are going to be made. But until then, this is what is available. And so you now have the information.
And what can happen as well, if there are 2 or 3 children in the home, the younger children, if the books are well kept, can use them as well.
Oh, most certainly.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with
that
used
at all.
books at all.
I know it happened in my time.
I see nothing wrong with news books. You just, once it's kept well, everything is intact, and you just put a nice clean cover, you paper it nicely.
That's right.
And you reuse it. The information is there. The information is not gone. So, of course, you will be grateful or take advantage of that. I would.
I remember in my time I did that. We used to buy the brown paper in the grocery and come and cover your book, and after you use it, it's in good condition.
Nathaniel is saying he knows about that very well. Right, Nats?
Yes. So you have this school supplies grant, one for $700 for primary school students, and the other grant is for $1,000 for secondary school students.
Now, Mr. Ramtal, allow me to ask this question. Once you apply, how long does it take for you to get the grant?
I would remember that when these applications came in, they were tended to rapidly.
Right.
Because sometimes school is opening within 2 and 3 weeks.
Right, so which is the case right now.
So there should be no delay, and the book should be made available for the children as school opens.
So this is information for those of you who are very concerned, you're worried, you don't know where your next dollar is coming from, you don't know how you could get your children back out to school. My suggestion is that now you are aware, knowledge is power, that there is a grant available for those in need to help send their children back out to school. I would humbly suggest you go to one of the offices in your area today. Don't wait. You know now, for those of you who are looking at the show and your children or your grandchildren or a friend or a neighbor that they really genuinely need help, that's another thing. Make sure they genuinely need the help, because there are lots of people who don't need it. They get it and they take advantage of the system. And the people who really need it suffer. And that is really wrong and unethical.
And you know what I find ironic too, Zal? The poorer family, they are the one do not use their small income wisely. You might find the head of the household, he might be smoking, he might be drinking, and the child is not getting his or her books in time so that they could pursue their education and make somebody of themselves.
I want to make mention of this, and I think it is my responsibility to share this information with you all. There are people out there who claim that they have NGOs. They claim they have NGOs and they ask for assistance. And those NGOs are not established and registered. And do you know what they do with those items? They sell it. They don't give it to the ones in need. They make a deal with somebody who have a little mini mart or supermarket or a little parlor to sell it cheaper. And that is called stealing. They are thieves. They're trained and certified to steal. And that is what they're doing. So be very mindful of people who out there come and say, well, I'm an NGO and I need this and I need that. And get proper, do a little research, ensure that these people are authentic and real, because there are lots of scammers out there. I just wanted to remind you all of that. With that, let's go to these important messages. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV. Let's go to these messages.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance. is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited, building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a light location are going to reach. Have everybody.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m., only on Real TV.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at ZM Network Limited, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Are you a driven sales professional ready to take your career to the next level? ZM Network Limited is hiring a TV and multimedia advertising sales representative. Join our dynamic team, build client relationships, and drive advertising revenue across television, digital, and multimedia platforms. Apply now. Call 3922-986 or 2926-470 or email realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at ZM Network Limited, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Are you a driven sales professional ready to take your career to the next level? ZM Network Limited is hiring a TV and multimedia advertising sales representative. Join our dynamic team, build client relationships, and drive advertising revenue across television, digital, and multimedia platforms. Apply now. Call 3922-986 or 2926-470 or email realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional, and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. You know, knowledge is power. I always say when you have knowledge, you have good information, solid information, it means you can make better choices and better decisions. And when we do that, of course, we all embrace a better tomorrow. I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's here today to talk to us about grants to assist those that are in genuine need. All right. Welcome back, Mr. Ramtal. So we've established now the school is going to be reopened, that those that are in a situation where you don't know where your next dollar coming from, you don't know how you're going to fill the school books and things like that, then you have the opportunity now, you know that you could go into the social welfare, speak to them and get some sort of resolve to help your situation. It is also about helping yourself and not becoming dependent, you know. I've always encouraged people, don't allow yourself to be at a place where you're so vulnerable, you're dependent, and then people tend to lose respect for you. People tend to treat you less than who you are. So it is also important that you try to get up and make things happen as well, you know. Mr. Ramtahal?
There is another grant referred to as the education grant. The maximum of domestic help, $1,800, minimum for 3 months, and a maximum of 6 months.
$1,800 for 3 months?
And so you could have it for 6 months.
So this is could you explain this?
Yes. This grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school.
Okay, so it's for secondary school students, right?
Yes.
Good.
Any special needs associated with school attendance where government agencies are not already providing such assistance, you know, they'll be entitled to it. If they're not getting any assistance elsewhere, you could get this.
Okay.
Right? What are the requirements? ID card of the applicant, birth certificate, proof of enrollment. The proof of enrollment form will be issued by the Social Welfare Office. This grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school. So that you're getting public assistance, but the public assistance is mainly for food and things like that.
Right, yeah.
So that if you're attending secondary school, you'll be entitled to the education grant.
And that's $1,800
$1,800 for 3 months.
$1,800 a month, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, when I mean it's fair enough, and that you could also apply for that, but you may not be. Once you are collecting another grant, you may not qualify for this one.
You may not qualify.
All right, so this is basically for people who have not applied or not currently accepting another grant. Am I correct?
Yes.
Good. All right, that's important to understand. So it's for those who have never received a grant and in a situation where you need help for secondary school students, you can apply.
Right. A few months ago, I visited the Siparia office of the Prime Minister.
I remember you sent that to me. Any sort
with
of...
With the hope that I would have an audience with the Prime Minister. Unfortunately, it didn't show up, but I had an audience with one of the attorneys in attendance.
Good.
And what my issue was, when you apply for old age pension, you get from the time you apply. When you apply for disability, you get from the time you apply. When you get for public assistance, from the time you apply. But when you apply for public assistance, you do not get from the time you apply. You get from the time the officer visits you. So if you apply 6 months ago and the officer didn't come in that period, then you lose that entitlement. Why that should happen, I cannot understand. Because if you get if you get old age pension from the time you apply, you get disability from the time you apply, you got the other grants from the time you apply, why don't you get the public assistance grant? Especially the public assistance grant relates to children You understand what I'm saying? So I went to see the Prime Minister, hoping I will have an audience with her so that that situation could be corrected. While the other grants should commence from the time of application.
What good for Peter should be good
for
for
Paul. That's right.
So did our good Prime Minister respond? Or
No,
ever
I didn't
back?
get a response from her yet.
Nothing.
Because but there was an attorney there, and she took the information and promised to get back to me, but she up to now she hasn't.
You
get
haven't
back.
heard from her.
No.
What about what about the social welfare, the minister, Ms. Vandana Mohit? Did you
No,
try
I
getting
didn't go
an audience with her?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to her. I thought I would go to the Prime Minister, who has the
final say,
overall authority to the to the final say. But you understand what I'm saying?
I certainly do. It makes sense.
If you apply for old age pension and it takes 6 months, you get a
Do you
rate.
know when you do get it?
You get
so
in
even if you're correct, and this is something we need to explain to our
Exactly.
viewers. If you apply for old age pension and you
waited
and it's
a year,
and it has to be approved.
Yes.
Once it's approved, and you don't get it in the next 6 months to a year, however, do you know you get an accumulation of the amount for since you applied? So that's, I mean, amazing. It comes in a lump sum that I'm sure will take advantage of that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And the other grants as well, except the public assistance grant. And why it pains me is that the public assistance grant usually refers to children. The public assistance grant is where the parent cannot work for one reason or the other, or there's some mishap or things like that. And it is not fair that if it takes 3 months or 4 months, that the person loses that grant for that period. You get it from the time that the officer visits you. That is not fair.
I don't think it's fair.
It is not fair. There's a saying, good for one, good for all.
Yeah.
You know, but I pursue, I'm prepared to pursue it further to the point that
well, you
it
have
is
to keep knocking on
yes.
so that we'll get some.
But you understand the rationale?
Of course I do. It makes sense. It certainly makes sense.
And more so that the public assistance grant normally refers to children, where children are involved.
You know, when you really realize and you do a little research and see how many children are suffering in this country, and they're suffering, and I'll tell you why I'm not afraid to say it, is poor parenting.
Yeah.
Parents not taking the duty and responsibility. They're having children, but they're not realizing that there's an obligation and a duty and responsibility to take care of your children. It really not is the responsibility of anybody else but yours. You understand? That's how I see it. And that's how I see it. When you take the responsibility or you have a child, it is not that of your parents, your sister, your brother, your neighbor, or people to think, or people, a lot of people think, they go after these NGOs to always get things and they become dependent and think, well, they're entitled to. You're not entitled to. Because you have to get up and make things happen. That good gentleman we were talking about, he said that, I told him he has to get, and it's true, I say it and I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Get up and help yourself. You have to get up and help yourself. You have to make things happen. You cannot be dependent on people. Your responsibilities are not that of others. I mean, we do, let me tell you something, corporate Trinidad and Tobago and their private citizens in this country that are exceptionally good. And they're kind and they have genuine, their thoughts are genuine and the process of giving is genuine. But then you have frauds and thieves out there.
And you must have control too. I mean, you could have two children or 3 children for the most, but you can have 6 and 7 children. I mean,
and then they're not going to school.
You do not have the means. That's right.
They're not going to school. You don't know where the next dollar is coming from to buy food for them. And then you have the parents who are playing the tail.
Yes.
They're smoking, drinking, liming. They don't care, leaving the older ones to take care of the younger ones. These things happen.
I drive by many times by pubs and rum shops and things like that, and normally it's packed and things like that. And I say to myself, I wonder what they're doing here. What they're doing here.
Mr. Ramtahal, do you know, have you ever observed that sometimes there's more women liming and drinking than men?
Yeah, that's true. As if it's a style, it's a style.
I mean, that's their personal life.
Yeah, of
and
course,
what they do,
yes,
their money is
indeed.
their business and not ours. But prioritize and get your house in order before you do those things.
That's right.
You can do it fine, that's fine, it's yours. But take care of your kids. They're your duty and responsibility. Ensure, that you invest your time. It's not just money, it's about time investing into your children. Now we talk to people
Even
about
talking to your children is important,
Very important.
Explaining things to children, If this cannot be done, it can be done this way, in a nice way. You have to relate to your children. And when you build that kind of relationship, it helps them.
Of course.
They feel free to come and ask you anything.
Most certainly.
You understand?
You open that door for them to be safe and feel comfortable enough
Exactly.
if something is wrong to discuss it
But if
with
you treat them in a hostile manner, they'll be scared to come to you.
Most certainly. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtahal, Social Welfare Advisor. Today we're talking to you about grants. Let's go to these messages.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
Let's get straight to the point. I am Dale Edwards, Dale the Voice, and we're going to get straight to the point right here on Real TV. Join me Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. when we talk the hard truth. We're not beating around the bush. We're getting straight to the point, dealing with real issues, social, politics, and much more. Monday to Friday, the only place to be is right here on Real TV.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no catch. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
Discover a world of adventure as we learn, explore, and grow. Join Razzie, Tazzy, Zero, and Y on exciting adventures filled with fun, imagination, and discovery. Give your little ones stories they'll enjoy while learning valuable lessons along the way. Written by Preem Badri and available now on Amazon.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at ZM Network Limited, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926-470 or WhatsApp us at 3847-142. You can can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us, allowing us to add value, to share a very important and relevant information which would give you the opportunity to now have the knowledge of what is available, what is not. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chanka Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's here to share his wealth of knowledge. And he, I just want to remind you, he did serve this land for many years in that capacity, social welfare. So he has a lot of knowledge as well of the years that he's been part of the system. Mr. Ramtal, welcome back. Now we established that there are some grants for parents with children for primary and secondary. Let's talk a little, it's all right, thank you. Let's talk a little, thank you sir. Let's talk a little bit about, we spoke about books, right? Let's talk a little bit about, let me tell you something, uniforms are very expensive, huh? Very expensive. So let's talk about uniforms.
Right. Under General Assistance Grant, this program offers a range of grants to citizens and legal residents who are in dire need of temporary assistance. Except in circumstances of disasters, all applicants must pass the standard means test. And of course, it's these grants are intended for the poorer class.
Certainly.
All right, and although some citizens try things, you understand?
Of course.
If they do not qualify for it, they will try all kind of low dodges.
Mr. Ramtahal, do you know what I experienced? I don't want to go off track, but I want to share this experience with you. I've experienced this a couple of times. Sometimes for Christmas we go on a drive to give out either food hampers or toys or things like that. And or where there's a flooding, we go out and give stuff. But I would have experienced on numerous occasions going out and doing that experiences is that there are people who pack their kids in their car and they follow you, and everywhere you stop to give, they join back the line to get hampers, So they collect 3, 4, 5 hampers in one day, and the kids collect 1 million toys. And I find that is so wrong. Allow people so others can benefit
It is. It's terrible.
There are people just really
dishonest. It is, and especially if you have put your children in the car too and take them.
And they have no conscience. They don't care how people think about them.
Yes.
They're born. They're born to do wrong things with bold face.
Yep, I know of that. I have been wrong. Yes. So under the General Assistance Grant, it offers a range of grants to citizens and legal residents who are in dire need of temporary assistance. Except in instances of disasters, all applicants must pass their standard means test. And that is only logical and right. Who qualifies for the General Assistance Grant? Vulnerable persons in crisis and emergency situations, and victims of natural or man-made disasters, right? And what could you get? Clothing grant. This grant provides assistance to victims of disaster to purchase essential items of clothing. This grant is limited to the number of persons living in the home. And this grant provides for persons who are affected by flooding and all other natural disasters, and the grant is $1,000 per person in the family. All right, so that clothing grant is available where there has been a disaster. Good. We have a dietary grant too that is available to our citizens. This grant assists clients who suffer illnesses which require special diets, for example, renal patients and clients with uncontrolled diabetes, and that is well known. The maximum of the dietary grant is $600 per month per person. So that check will be generated to you every month, okay, as approved. It is only offered where the person has to purchase food and other such items that are outside of what they would normally buy, and where they are unable to meet the cost of these items. So these are persons with special dietary needs.
Right.
Good. Then you have domestic help. This grant facilitates the provision of part-time domestic help for 3 months in the first instance, but not more than 6 months if deemed necessary, to clients who are unable to perform normal household chores, for example, while recuperating from surgery, and are unable to afford the cost of domestic assistance, or if you have been affected by some illness or some situation. Okay?
Right.
The maximum of domestic help, $1,800, and it's the minimum for 3 months and the maximum for 6 months. So it depending on your situation. If it's a short term for 3 months, you will get that, but if it warrants an additional period of 3 months, you will get it for 6 months. That is the domestic help to assist in your chores. Right. So now you have what we have referred to as an education grant. The education grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school. And we must know that quite clearly. This grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school. Any special needs associated with school attendance where government agencies are not already providing such assistance. Okay? Such needs must be verified. Again, I'll repeat that. The grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school. And the grant is $1,800 for a minimum of 3 months and a maximum of 6 months. So we must take note of that. Good. There's also a grant for domestic help where this grant facilitates the provision of part-time domestic help for 3 months in the first instance, but not more than 6 months if deemed necessary, to clients who are unable to perform normal household chores, for example, while recuperating from surgery,
yeah,
and are unable to afford the cost of domestic.
You know, when I found out about that particular grant, I was really, it was quite welcoming and quite pleased to know that that was available, that service was available.
Exactly.
Because the truth is, Mr. Ramtahal, there are people who live alone, especially the elderly. And of course, as you get older, your health is compromised.
That's right.
You may have to do surgery, you may have to do whatever. At least you know that there's someone that's going to come daily, check on you, give you a bath, perhaps help you clean, cook some food, somebody that is there. And I think that is amazing that is offered in Trinidad and Tobago. And there are lots of people who are not aware of it.
Yeah.
Now you do know. We look forward to seeing you soon again. We thank
Okay.
you for taking the time to come and share a wealth of knowledge with us right here on Real TV. May God continue to bless you richly. See you soon. Thanks again, Mr. Ramtahal.
And all the best to you, Zelisa. and,
Thank you, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Thank
and
you,
your
sir.
staff.
Thank you, and enjoy your holiday that's coming up.
Yes.
You've got a holiday.
Monday's a
that's
holiday, eh?
Yes, and do enjoy. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today for Conversations with Zelisa. A reminder to join us at 12 o'clock for Conversations with Kids right here on Real TV. My friends, thank you so much for choosing us. Here's reminding you that with God and only God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thanks again. Be safe, be happy. See you soon.
Views and opinions expressed in the preceding program were those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content was provided for informational and entertainment purposes